Good morning. Good morning to you. Hello, everybody. I don't know if anybody's awake, but I'm going to carry on with this because I've been meaning to go on here the last couple of days and I have been super duper busy. So, all of you sleepyheads that is sleeping, I am just going to sit here and talk to myself. But good morning. And I'm going to drink my coffee. So while I'm doing that, you know, y'all can just chill. So, hello, I see one person up in the bushes. I see three people now. Hi, Daisy Joe. I thought, well, everybody's sleeping. Nobody's going to come in here. Hello, Brenda. Hello. Star Lambert. Hello. German Shepherd Mom, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Paula, hello. I see y'all rising and shining now. Hey, car guy, good morning. Good morning, you beautiful people. Blue jeans and pearls. Carrie Hall, my beautiful Carrie Hall, hello. Bella Nova, hello. I love all you beautiful people. Paula, hello. It's 11:30 there. Woo! It is only 5:30 in the morning here. I'm early this morning. I got I don't know. I got some good news and I'm like, well, good news for once. I couldn't really sleep. So hey, Janet Smith. Hello. Bella, 5:30 there. Yeah, it's 5:32 here actually. At least that's what my phone says. Yeah, it's too early. That's okay. I wanted to come on here and talk about the Christian school that up in Wisconsin, and just kind of go over that a little bit. Kind of gives me a chance to do that and do a little other things. So much has been going on in this crazy world. You know, it's a lot of things with the school shootings and the drones and there's so much I want to talk about, and just Lord, I don't know. 6:30 there in East Tennessee. Isn't that funny? Because like when I'm at my mom's, we're on the same time. We're on the same time. But you're still an hour ahead of my mom. That's just crazy to me. And like there's okay, so we were in Georgia once, in a certain part of Georgia, and then right there at the Tennessee line, like which is maybe 30 minutes or so, they're an hour difference. Lord, you could get so confused, quick, fast, in a hurry. Hey, Jessica and Jackie and everybody coming in. Star, coffee bar lady, I got my coffee here. Yeah, that was so sad. So there's a lot of things I want to touch on, and believe me, I see and I hear. And I thought, well, yesterday I was dealing with something for 3 hours on the phone. And as I was doing that, I was sitting there writing up my little spiel, what I wanted to say. And I wanted to come do it last night, but it was just too late after that phone call. I was like, my God, I can't do it. I'm tired. Sometimes when you read, write, and do all the things, you're ready to just bow out and go to sleep. Good morning, Selena, Dorothy. Life is full of struggles and misery and ugliness. I just refuse to be that. Life is hard. Life is short, but life is what you make it. So I say use it wisely. Use it wisely. Okay, let's see. Janet said, last night here in Salt Lake, West Valley City, Utah, I think a kid was 17 was found shot but alive in the garage, but a family of 5 dead in the house and some kids. So now to figure it out. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. Okay, and I'm gonna. I haven't looked. Somebody said they was gonna send me more stuff on it when they saw put it out. But so it was actually Trooper's mom had sent me that piece, and then I made a little video out of it because I wanted to get it out, but I didn't have time to go live at that time. That's when I was dealing with the 3-hour stuff. But I definitely wanted to get it out. Did y'all see? And then somebody said they had saw it, but and was going to send it to me. I gave them my email address. Did you see where those people had wrecked and the man and daughter had died, but they were looking for the baby, and then they think the baby wasn't even in the car, that the baby was missing for like 2 months and had not been reported at all. And I think the mom was in the car and she's in the hospital. I guess she made it. But what is up with these people not reporting their babies? Y'all have to go back and look at that and read it. I am like, I don't know. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 days before they figured it out. Yeah. Good morning, Angel of Light. I hope everybody has a blessed Wednesday. I do too. I do too. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Yes, I'm like, these people what is wrong with them? And I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to read up more on that because I want to talk about that. 2 months. 2 months and wasn't reported. It has. Everything in this world's gone crazy. Everything. So we got this Abundant Life Christian School shooting. The student was named sooner. The shooter was named, and it was a 15-year-old female. Man, I was surprised that it was a female because that's rare. You know, and they say the motive appears to be several factors, and they are looking into her online activities and all that. They're digging into all that. How this teenager got a pew-pew, I don't know, and they don't know. That's really strange. Yeah, our children are struggling. We need to pay attention, in my opinion, to our children. Why? Why? And how? She used this to unalive 2 people and injure several more, 2 of which is very life-threatening from my understanding. There was a second grader, y'all, because this school goes from kindergarten through 12th grade. Yeah, they're looking into that, Jessica. They're looking into that. I saw pictures of him, and he posted, which, I mean, there's, I can't say he took, I'm not going to fault him for taking his daughter to the shooting range and all that kind of stuff. Good morning, Army vet. Because, parents do that, but they are definitely questioning him. But was there something going on there? And did he know about any of this, or did he know any of her thoughts, or was she struggling, and he did not get her help? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. But where did she get it? And if it was his, was it not put up or locked up? I don't know. I really don't know the answer for that. I don't feel like our gun rights should be took away. No, I don't feel like that. But kids definitely shouldn't be able to get a hold of guns. But there was a second grader that called in to 911. Y'all think about that. A second grader. Because the school goes from kindergarten through through kindergarten, I apologize, kindergarten through 12th grade. When I was going to school, there was a couple of reasons that happened. I never did like that. I wish they would not do that. That's something I wish they would not do. I guess it's convenient in one way, especially on the parents, but I never liked that. I don't know. I just think they should not do that. And when I was going to school, our schools sat close by, and I remember when I was staying with my aunt one time, and one of the Greenbrier, she lived in Greenbrier, and the school caught on fire, and they had to do that. But I mean, there's reasons why sometimes, but just to do it, I just don't think it's right. They did it here when my kids were little, so it is done. But no, it's done in public schools. They did it here when my kids were little too. At some schools, I don't like that idea. I just don't, because there is so many things that the little ones can see. Drugs. Drugs are in school. Y'all don't think drugs are in school? Oh, you did a live show about this, but you didn't almost make it through the stream. Yeah, it's sad. It is very sad. I can't understand any of this. It's just heartbreaking. What the second grader must have heard or saw, I can't imagine. Now, they say there's a possible manifesto, and that came from the chief himself. Madison police are looking into it online, a possible post, but that was after the 15-year-old opened fire at the Christian school. But the chief said Tuesday that we have been made aware of a manifesto, if you want to call it that, or some type of letter that's been posted by someone who alleged to be her friend, but they haven't been able to locate that person just yet. They are still working on it. And personally, I have no doubt, in my opinion, they will find that person. But that's just my opinion. They said they're also looking through her stuff. As far as that, I would take it, her computer, her cell phone, to see if there's any transmissions between her or anyone else. What she went back and forth with her friends, her family. They don't even know, from my understanding, and that this was several hours ago, like, they don't even know if her parents owned a pew pew. But probably from, I would say her dad did, from going to the shooting range, what I'm learning now. That's just me. But that's what the chief said. Good morning, sunshine. I knew you would be up somewhere. Where summer. But they did say they do want to work. They do want to look at the parents, but because they may have been neglect, and they will be talking to the DA. But they said, however, now let me get this out here. However, they said in the same breath, right now, that does not mean, and it does not seem to be the case. Well, I say, why put it out there if it's not the case? But okay. Especially because you know how social media and everybody is. But I don't know, y'all. It may just be me, but I think the chief has had to correct a lot of his mistakes, because he did make a lot of mistakes on this. But whatever, it is what it is. I digress. The teacher that was unalived was a full-time staff member. There was also a substitute teacher wounded. Let me correct that, because let me put that out there, because at first the chief put out there that she had passed away. She is not. It was a mistake. The substitute teacher is not deceased. She did make it. It was the full-time teacher, and that was so sad. But the substitute teacher did make it. Thank God. So they had to retract that. That was something. That was a mistake on his part. And I'm not blaming him, because things had to be so chaotic that day. Oh my God. I couldn't have. Listen, when something like this happens, everybody's going crazy. Everybody. Y'all see that night? Well, you probably didn't. That night that motorcycle ran through my mailbox out there, and I ran out there barefoot. This was way on at the beginning. I was like, oh my God. Look, I freak out, y'all. Seriously. So I can't even imagine when something like this goes on. But anyway, they said they didn't know yet if the teachers were singled out or not. And now maybe this has changed since then, but they didn't know if they were singled out or not. Let's see. Let's see what Army Vet's saying, because he covered this. Let's see. Natalie Ropinos reported manifesto, and the manifesto called War Against Humanity. Oh my God. grown hate people and society and calls their parents scum. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You should, and she definitely did this intentional. Definitely. So sad. And wasn't I reading? I was going on trying to find out some different stuff on the Facebook groups last night. And didn't she say she hated men? Was that one of the things? She hated men? Something like that. Yes, true. Okay, so yeah, that was true, Army Vet said. Yep. Oh, So, yeah, and so they didn't know where she got the gun, so they're working with the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms to find out where the pew pew came from exactly. And the 15-year-old again is Natalie Robernell. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but Robernell. I mean, what in the world is this 15-year-old doing with such a thing? 15. I'm just saying, man. 15. A girl. That should not be possible. So you don't want to play with dolls anymore. Okay. Go climb trees and play football, honey. I'm just saying. The police chief said he didn't think children should have access to weapons, and he would be right. You certainly should never bring them to school at 15. You should at 15 be bringing your schoolwork and your school books, in my opinion. But at 15, you should know right from wrong. In my opinion, she knew better. But she knew what she was doing, and she brought it to harm. I'm invisible here, but Smiley, who did the original interview, and I have much respect. Who did the original interview? Who did the original interview with who? I'm not sure. Original interview with who? I don't know that there was an interview on this yet. But in my opinion, she knew better. It was her intention to do harm. And if she was not a coward and took her own life, I would say she would have had to pay. But evidently, and I'm sorry to say, and I don't mean to sound mean and cruel, but she took her own life. Now she almost made it because they tried to save her life, but she passed away on the way to the hospital. And we need to teach our kids, if you hear nothing else today, we need to teach our kids and our grandkids that human lives matter. Human lives matter, and their lives matter. Your lives matter. They said something I was reading, and so I wrote it down. And I agree with it. I think it was from the CNN political commentator. She used to be a communications director for the White House or something like that. Her quote was, "We can't leave our children to continue to go to school and deal with this day in, day out," she said. On Tuesday morning, I just think in the United States of America in 2024, that is an unacceptable way to live. And I agree with that. 2024 is just unacceptable. We can't continue to live and allow our children to live like this. You know, it's just unacceptable. But the point is, nobody's doing anything about it. Things need to change, y'all. Here we have a second grade student calling 911. 911. I mean, that's really chilling. They were looking forward to Christmas break. All this week they were having festivities. Excuse me, they were having festivities. And at the end of the week, that was it. They were going on Christmas break until this shooter, this 15-year-old girl, for whatever reason, she decided that they were, for whatever reason, that she was miserable. She didn't like men. She hated the world. Somebody pissed her off for whatever reason, so that she was going to just go to school and carry this pew-pew because she wasn't getting the attention she needed from her parents, or for whatever reason. So she decides she's miserable, so she's just going to go try to make the entire world miserable. And she's going to try to take all the lives she can intentionally. And right before Christmas, nobody's going to have no Christmas cheer. She's going to be the biggest Grinch going out, and she'll have her last ha ha ha. She'll be all over the news, in my opinion. And she'll be the real Grinch for life and live forever and ever, because she'll be the Grinch that stole Christmas and the memories from everyone, young and old, and the parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, EMTs, EMSs, LEs, neighbors, and the entire town, and probably the entire world will never forget this. Even the people that wasn't even at school that day. So they would never, ever forget. And they will never, ever be the same. Personally, whatever her reason was, that's no excuse, like anyone else. She should have paid. Oh, and I think she will. I think she will, even though she's not here, because she was a coward. She was scared to take her punishment. She could dish it out, but she didn't want to take her punishment. Natalie Robino, 15, who they called Samantha. She went by Samantha. Probably some called her Sam. She took the coward's way out. She was big enough to do it, but she was not big enough to face the consequences. So she took her own life. She almost made it. They tried to help her, but I think somebody more important wanted to see her other than the cops. Somebody bigger than the cops that she had to answer to. It's sad any way you want to look at it. It's sad. The chief asked the community not to hold the vigil at the school because it was still an active crime scene and police was monitoring it all night. Nobody was able to go inside the school or on the property. They said the shooting took place inside a classroom in a study hall of mixed grades. The shooter's father, his name's Jeff, is talking to the police. The police want to sort out who may or may not have known, and they are not looking to charge the parents at this time. But what did her parents know? They say at 10:57, 911 was called. 11 o'clock, Dane County was on the scene. 24 seconds later, Madison police came. 11:05, the shooter was down. 11:05, fire department arrived. 11:05, parents notified. 11:13, the first public announcement went out. 11:14, they started clearing the school out. And 11:23, bomb dogs were brought to clear the school. 11:26, victims were being treated at the school and began to be transported to hospitals by Madison Fire Department. 2 students were said to be battling life-threatening and in critical condition, and 4 others are hurt. 2 are said to be in critical life-threatening conditions. They say the pew-pew was a 9mm. The latest update that I got was, so there's a total, a teacher and a student was killed. Okay, total of 6 people injured, 2 life-threatening, plus the shooters also dead. And there is about 420 students that go there, all K through 12. Police still have not released the victim's name pending, getting in touch with the next of kin. And again, it's rare for a girl to be a shooter for a school shooting. And, that was the latest update on that. They say, this is just breaking my heart. They say for kids and teachers across the community to go to school after Monday's fatal shooting was an act of bravery. And I agree with that so much. I agree with that. Can you imagine? I wouldn't blame nobody if they didn't want to go back to any school in that community. But they all got up and put their big girl and boy pants on. Even the teachers and the kids, K through 12, and went to different schools, of course, but still. But here's the kicker. This reminded me of bad people on the YouTube streets. Idiots, dumbasses. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Then, of course, after all this tragedy, of course, you had the idiots that swatted several schools yesterday as if there wasn't enough problems. Oh, I didn't find that funny. And I'm sure those poor little kids and parents and everybody else did not either. What in the hell, man? This needs to stop. Those are very stupid, sick attention whores, in my opinion, that definitely need to be took to the train station. Oh, forget it. If you don't know what the train station is, then you're dumber than I thought you were. Let's get on with the program. This one kid, a 17-year-old, during the shooting, texted his mom and said, "Mom, I'm okay." She saw the text and said she saw like 50 text messages. And then she saw one from her daughter. She said her heart dropped. She said, "I didn't even know this was happening." You know, she said there is usually warning signs that a person is struggling. She said these kids knew the teachers, the substitute teacher and the other teacher, but she said, of course, they won't give out their names because that's disrespectful and whatever. But she said the kids said they were very joyous and happy all the time and whatever. But there's usually warning signs like that leads up to things like this, like a person is struggling or engaging in dangerous behavior. Maybe they're bullying or harassing people. Lord God, I'd hate to think that. Half of these streets might be... Anyway, or maybe they're being bullied or harassed. Maybe they're in desperation mode. They're being upset or feeling some type of grievance. They reassure... you need to reassure children that they are safe. Make time to talk to them and be there for your children and be there for each other. Yes, some kids have the best parents in the world and still act like damn fools. You are correct about that. But you still got to do that because if you don't, they're just left out there. Make time. Things like this should never be happening. Make time. Angel of Light said, yes, I think children are being taught to eliminate children. I mean, I don't know what in the world is going on. I do want to watch this one video. Hold on here. Let me share screen.
the shooting? What have you learned about who owned it and how it was obtained by the shooter?
We have asked our partners with the ATF to expedite what's called an ATF trace form to try to determine the origin of that weapon, who purchased it, and how it got from a manufacturer all the way into the hands of a 15-year-old girl. These are questions that's going to take some time to answer, and we're fully committed to getting the answer to that. I do not believe that 15-year-olds should have access to weapons that they can bring to school and potentially hurt someone. We really have to do a better job, not only in our communities, but in our country, with making sure that our young folks do not have access to weapons and firearms, and certainly making sure that we're paying attention to the mental health of our children. There's a lot of work that we need to do so that we cannot be having these conversations again and again and again on CNN and other news outlets.
Was the weapon owned or possessed by the parents?
I'm not certain at this time.
Still not certain at this time. At this time, you, as of last night, you were still questioning the parents. At this time, any reason to expect that they could be charged with any sort of crime here?
Well, we will certainly look at all facts and aspects of this case as they were voluntarily giving information. That certainly helps to determine, if they were involved. Or if this was pre-planned. We don't have any evidence that it was, but we also want to look at if the parents may have been negligent. And that's a question that we'll have to answer with our district attorney's office. But at this time, it does not appear to be the case. We will get a briefing again today, but we want to make sure that people know. That's a question that people have been asking me, but quite frankly, I don't want to speculate on that right now.
I understand. You say no evidence that it was pre-planned. We had reporting last night that after looking at social media posts and writings and whatnot, there was some thinking that this shooter had some kind of notion this was going to happen beforehand. What's the latest you can tell us about that?
Yeah, we have been made aware of a manifesto, if you want to call that, or some type of letter that's been posted by someone who alleged to be her friend. We haven't been able to locate that person yet. That's something we're going to work on today. We'll also be looking through her effects, if she had a computer or cell phone, to see if there are any transmissions between her and someone else, and that will give us an idea of what type of planning. When I spoke earlier, I was talking about pre-planning where her parents may have been involved.
So, let me get that off of there. Okay. All right. So I was just going through some of the comments because I wasn't reading them earlier. Oh, Sugar Plum, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Oh, let me get it. There you go. Thank you for being a member for 9 months, honey. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody said, thank you for that. Somebody said she was a kid. She don't know about being a coward. So, okay. So maybe I shouldn't have said that. Well, it still is to me a coward's way out. She knew better. So are you going to tell she knew better? We're not going to go that, but she knew better. She went to school. She knew what a coward was. But you know what? I'll say this. This is where probably she was bullied. It could have been, and maybe even her parents come in at. I don't know. This is where you need to make your kids feel better. If they're having problems, you need to pay attention. I don't know. Let's just say she took the easy way out. Let me clean that up and say she took the easy way out, okay? But when you take somebody's life, I'm sorry. I don't care. I can't feel sorry for you. I'm just saying. She went there with intention. She went there with malice. And so pardon me, but I just can't. That's just my thoughts and my opinions and what I think. Look, you got to remember, I have kids and I have grandkids. I would be heartbroken if one of them did something like this. You'd probably have to put me in the ground, even if they didn't off theirself. But I'm telling you, what she did was wrong. And then to take her life too, I feel that's very selfish. That's all I'm saying. But everybody's got their opinions, and that's fine. Hold on, let me see this. My granddaughter's mixed. I love everything about her, and I hope she doesn't get made to choose her identity. Oh, God, I hope not either. You know? She sent text her boyfriend 15 minutes before it all happens, correct? Also, the selfie. I don't know. I didn't hear about the text. Yes, absolutely. See, and that's a whole big part of it. And they're really going to check into that, from my understanding. So we don't really know what was going on. That really stood out to me was the social media thing that they're going to check into. But they said there was several reasons, you know. But I just wanted to talk about that because, and I know a lot of people is covering it very extensively, and I don't know how much of it I'll cover. I don't stay on a lot of cases very intense because, I like covering Sebastian's, and but I like, if something's very newsworthy, and this is, I like to try to get it out there at some point. And I also like to just talk about something different every once in a while. And I may come back and follow up on this or something like that. Again, and that's one of the reasons why I don't do it for the money. I don't have to just sit there and pound on something. But I like to let y'all know what's happening in the news. Although you have all these other creators and stuff who you can go to, I appreciate you coming to me and get my thoughts on it. Because believe me, I have thoughts on everything. I have thoughts on everything, honey. But it don't mean that I don't care, because I do care. I definitely do care. And I just I want to get it out there. Good morning, Guidance. Good morning, girl. But I do want to look into more about this wreck and this baby missing, and Lord, that is kind of something right there. I do want to look into that. That I do want to do. And I may be on here a couple of times a day. That's serious. Because like I said, I got some good news yesterday. I was on the phone for like 3 hours last night, and I was tired. I went to sleep early. Because sometimes when you work your brain and you doing stuff, oh yeah, I'm on early this morning, honey. But when you're doing all that, you have to go to bed early. Yeah, Christmas must be fun. Honey, don't even talk about the Christmas to me, honey. Not yet. Give me a few more days. I'm gonna be one of them late bloomers. Lord. But yeah. Oh Lord. But y'all enjoy your coffee. Thank you for coming to spend time with me this morning. And maybe I'll see y'all. I ain't gonna put no time on it, honey. Smiley don't put no time on nothing. I don't put no time on nothing. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in a little bit, and y'all get y'all plenty of coffee, and rewind if you want to. If you want to, put thumbs up if you want to. Put thumbs down if you don't, for all you haters out there. I don't care if you put thumbs up or down, really. Just do something. Don't be a nobody, be a somebody. Put them up, down. I got a lot to say about a grandchild that is missing. Trust and believe that please do that story. Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. Well, we talk. Okay. Okay. All right, look, we'll talk later. Y'all go have some eggies and bakey and wakey and coffee. And I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Bye.